Kevin, stop whispering. Good evening, Carol and Josh. I'm just kidding. He can whisper all he wants. Good evening. Welcome to Tuesday night of new comics. We got a rip-roaring, big old full table of new stuff for you and a full week of comic book and comic book related shenanigans. Shenanigans. Andrew's back, and her hair's purpler. John Cheer's here. Kevin's here. I'm here. Kyle's behind the camera wearing a cool t-shirt you can't see. So ask him about it later.
I got Chinese food on it earlier. So.
Upcoming this week, we have two awesome things. Tomorrow, the staff and crew of Carol and John's Comic Shop will be at Lenora's Midnight Rental Secret Screening at the Grog Shop. It starts at 8 o'clock. The doors open at 7. We're going to be watching a movie. It is secret, and that's the point. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm going to be on stage.
Andrea will probably have seen it.
Yeah, Andrea will probably have seen it. John Cheer might have seen it.
Yes.
So that's exciting. It's my 1 year of doing it, so that's kind of cool. Laura's all jacked up for that, so that's what matters. And then Thursday night, more importantly, in the shop, we are going to have late night comics. It is a big one. We are pulling out all the long boxes we're pulling out, or everyone that's going to be on the table, are long boxes that have not been seen at a late night comics yet. So all new dollar stock. We are not doing buy 100, get them for 50 cents because of how good the stock is proclaimed to be by John and John Dudas, which is awesome. But come out for that. Back issues will be half off, including the back issue wall. I was told specifically to mention that this Star Wars run is half off. Clear it out. Get yourself a Star Wars. So yeah, that's great. Half off back issues and hundreds and thousands of dollar books. All from 8 p.m. to midnight on Thursday, the 16th, in case you need to be more specific. We have two first appearances this week, both Marvel. Star Wars Mace Windu #4 is the first appearance of a character named The Shroud, and it's not Star Wars name full of consonants that I can't pronounce, which is awesome, and he's right there on the cover. And then in Venom Separation Anxiety #1, we have a first appearance of the King in Purple, which is kind of rad, actually. We'll get to that when we get closer to the top of the table. But for now, we will start at the bottom with reprints of the Energon universe, which we are always welcome to have. We have Transformers #5 and 6 reprinted. There's cover A for Transformers #5, cover B for Transformers #5. We've got cover A for Transformers #6 and cover B for Transformers #6, featuring your favorite walking robots. Also, with the Energon universe stuff, Void Rivals #7 is reprinted with our new Darth Vader-esque villain on it. Collected editions from Image this week, a couple of them. The full miniseries of Hexagon Bridge, the full second miniseries of Siphon. We also have a very late arrival in the shop because of horrifying editorial and publication mishaps. What's the Furthest Place from Here put out 7-inch records for the first 7 issues to accompany them. I have been long awaiting them, and now #2 came, so that's kind of cool. So you've got a couple bands on there. Kyle will zoom in on because I'm looking at them upside down. And a download code, which I don't know if we're legally allowed to show. Sunstone has a new volume in trade paperback. That's volume 8. Then we're getting into new issues. Spawn is on number 353. That's the only cover we have on the table. We've got issue 2 of Spawn Universe Rat City. And then we've got a new Spawn Universe book, which is cool. If you got Spawn, we most likely put it in your file, but if you'd like to start it, it's a 3-issue miniseries, essentially about the last Hellspawns. We're in the year 3030. They're in a space Alcatraz, and it is brutal. There's great artwork in this book. I don't know anything about Spawn, but they are murdering each other. Murdering. At one point, some dude runs in the room, and he just goes, "He's crushing all their heads." It's awesome. He does. So we have
making one of everything.
Yeah, they don't get that joke. Cover A for Spawn Monolith, and cover B is a McFarlane cover. So if you're a McFarlane collector, there's your book. Redcoat from the Ghost Machine universe, or the Unnamed universe of the Ghost Machine imprint of Image. Any way you shape, form it, it's fantastic. We're so stoked about issue #2, and it was great. Great, capital G. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Weatherman, Volume 3, #5, so this will wrap up that miniseries. Fish Flies from Jeff Lemire's on #6, and a rare appearance of Ice Cream Man on the table. If you don't follow the series, it's a great horror-adjacent themed title, but not always horror. Just a really heady book, and this issue was phenomenal. I don't follow the book in general. It's issue number 39. Every issue stands alone, but this book by itself covered a lot of bases in beautiful ways.
28 pages, and I was like, oh, this is their Eisner nomination right here. Like, it is truly, like, if you're like, oh, I've heard about Ice Cream Man, I want to read it, it's like, this is the book, this is the one to just go, I want to jump in right here, just read one issue, and you can put it safely in your collection, and be like, that's perfect.
Yeah. Perfect single book. We have a new issue of G.I. Joe Real American Hero. They're number 306. That's your cover A, and we've got a 1 in 10 variant next to it. Napalm Lullaby from Rick Remender is on issue number 3. That's your cover A, and we've got a cover B, a 1 in 10 variant from Eric Powell. Which is cool. Right, Andrea?
Yes, it's very cool.
Did you get a copy?
I did.
There you go.
Of course.
One small press book to fill in a gap here from Magma Comics. Principles of Necromancy is probably our favorite book from the line. They're all single stories focused around a very creepy necromancer. Maybe necromancy, maybe science, maybe a little bit of both. Definitely weird. Collected editions from Image continue with one of our favorite miniseries. They brought back Universal Monsters, and now they collected the Dracula miniseries, 4 issues in hardcover. That's your cover A, and then we've got this is the direct market exclusive, right? Yeah. So this cover is available only in comic shops, so that's pretty fun. Marvel, we've got some collected editions. We're going to jump around a little bit. Epic Collection of Planet of the Apes, the original Marvel years. Next to it, the whole Iceman miniseries that wrapped up at the end of last year. Astonishing Iceman. And then Deadpool has a reprint. They're on issue number 2 last week, but reprinting number 1 this week on the ongoing series. Daredevil by Frank Miller has a companion omnibus that came out this week. Next to it, 2 more Epic collections on the superhero side of things. You got Captain America Epic, Bucky Reborn, and Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, Assassination Nation. And last week, a Captain Marvel first volume of the current ongoing series came out, but we didn't have it hit the table, so there it is there. Captain Marvel by Alyssa Wong. And then the complete Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos miniseries that wrapped up also at the end of last year. On the non-superhero side of things, in fact, on the alien side of things, What If Aliens number 3 came out this week. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Then we've got Alien, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 4, which wraps up the miniseries. That's cover A. There's cover B. And Star Wars Mace Windu number 4 with that first appearance of the Shroud. This whole row is Ultimate X-Men number 3. We are absolutely, as a staff, leaning into the Ultimate Universe. This is a very uniquely told story, and it's super good, even on the 3rd issue. So that's your cover A. We got cover B, cover C, cover D, and the design variant, which is 1 in 10, and the 1 in 25 variant. Above that, we're wrapping up a bunch of miniseries this week, so you're going to hear that from me a bunch. X-Men Forever number 4 wraps up that miniseries. We're getting dangerously close to the end of the Krakoa era. That's cover A. Cover B by Jim Rugg. Carnage is on issue number 7 of the ongoing series with a fantastic cover A.
They are killing it with these.
Really. The next one looks great, too. And there's a Stormbreaker cover with Carnage as a Ghost Rider. Weapon X-Men is on issue number 4. Also wraps up this miniseries. And then there's your cover B. Not wrapping up a miniseries, but the penultimate issue of Miss Marvel, The Mutant Menace, has some fantastic zombified, necrotic X-Men fights. She's really put through the ringer on this one. That's your cover A. Here's your cover B, the black costume variant. Wolverine Madripoor Knights is also on the penultimate issue. That's cover A, and there's cover B. And then we've got a in-between story arc issue of Miles Morales on number 20. It's going to lead directly into the Blood Hunt tie-ins. What If Venom is also on its penultimate issue, number 405, and it's What If Venom Possessed Loki. There is an overarching story throughout these 4 issues. This one, they can all be read alone. You just got to be interested in the character that gets venomized. This is creepy and fantastic. Loki embraces the crap out of that symbiote. That's cover A. Cover B is phenomenal. Cover C is the 1 in 10 variant. That's phenomenal. And then we've got a 1 in 25 cover there, too. Some of my favorite color work of the week. One Marvel facsimile reprint this week is Amazing Spider-Man number 256. And then we got a big number 1. This whole row of the table is Venom Separation Anxiety, written by Dave Michelini. It is the first appearance of the King in Purple, which I will not really spoil anything by telling you it's Purple Man. He gets a bit of the Venom symbiote, and he makes it work for himself, and it works. Like, it does. Dave McLeany writes Venom, has been writing Venom, created Venom. I trust no one else with a new Venom book, especially of an old title that he chose himself.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 5-issue miniseries. It's classic Venom stuff. This is Eddie Brock. He wants to destroy Peter Parker. That is his solid motivation. But it's a pretty pure Eddie Brock story. You want to add anything?
No, I think you've covered it pretty
I got it.
perfectly.
For someone who never read Venom
I know.
until very recently. There's cover A. We've got a blank cover B, cover C, cover D, a spiffy, shiny foil cover, and then a 1 in 25 variant that looks, or I'm sorry, a 1 in 50 variant. Looks very classic. Top of the table gives us some fantastic reads. We have one Blood Hunt tie-in this week. It's going to be a 3-issue miniseries. It's Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1 of 3. It takes place directly after, like literally the panel after Amazing Spider-Man #49 from last week. So Spidey runs into the Lizard, and they've got like New York to take care of as far as like this whole Blood Hunt thing goes. So that's a lot of ground to cover. Morbius is in it because, I mean, vampires.
Right.
So it's going to be a 3-issue miniseries, and it's all of Spidey's tie-in stuff with Blood Hunt. So don't miss out on that because Blood Hunt stuff is what we're all about right now, really.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We actually just put up a Blood Hunt section in our recommended section because every one-shot, beginning of a miniseries, or tie-in issue we've read so far, choice. So that'll be your cover A with Morbius on there smiling. This will be your cover B with Morbius on there falling. And your cover C with no Morbius whatsoever. But top of the Marvel table, for real, is Doom. It's a one-shot. It's a one-shot of the week, one-shot of the month.
One shot of the year, probably.
One shot of the year, probably. Written by Jonathan Hickman, with art by Sanford Green, and co-written by Sanford Green. It is a pure Doom one-shot, but you could also call it a pure Galactus one-shot. It is essentially the end of the Marvel Universe. There are 3 people left. One of them is Doom. One of them is Galactus. And I'm not going to tell you who the third person is.
I think that's accurate.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's Doom in pure Doom fashion, and Galactus at his most ravenous.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh, I like that word.
Right? It's a word. It's a week of big words.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of words in these comics this week that I was like, I've never seen that word before in my life. Give it a shot. We ordered a lot of extra. We're really standing behind this one shot. Perfection in my mind.
We love Doom here, and now Doom loves us because of this. Awesome.
That's kind of scary. Kind of scary notion. This is your cover A. This is your cover B by Annie Granyov. Phenomenal read. Absolutely take our rec on that one.
And then we're on DC. And DC, top of the table, as Ben so funnily put it at the beginning of before we even started the video, Green Lantern #11. Like, where'd that come from to be at the top of the table? But it is a House of Brainiac tie-in, and in the main story, the big bad that's been going on in there, his whole plan is revealed in here. Lots of action going on, but the backup story, not germane to the House of Brainiac, but it is Guy Gardner and Lobo in a Midnight Run situation as Guy is just trying to bring Lobo to the correct authorities, as it were.
I love that.
And yeah, it's perfect. So yeah, you got your cover A there, and then of course your cover B, which would have been better had they shown Guy instead of Hal, but it's still an awesome cover B. And then you've got your 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Batman and Robin, issue #9. It is the origin of Shush. So yeah, Damian figures out who Shush is. Lots of Man-Bat stuff going on. It's really more of a Robin book right now, and it's all the better for it. Regular cover. What?
I thought you were going to say it was the first appearance of Shoosh.
No, I'm not saying that. Regular cover,
too far.
and then your 1 in 25 variant for that one there. The Real House of Brainiac tie-in, Action Comics number 1065. It is part 3, all-out action. Supergirl, Superboy versus Brainiac and Luthor. They get new allies. It's chock-a-block full of everything you want in a Brainiac story. Part 3. Regular cover, and then cover B, because also in that story, yes, Superman and Lobo are teaming up to take down Brainiac. Then we also have an amazing 1 in 25 variant, probably the best 1 in 25 from Action Comics in a long time.
Penultimate issue for Suicide Squad Dream Team, issue number 3. Outsiders number 7, or as I continue to call it, Planetary, and it is full-on Planetary issue in this issue. It's awesome. Great. Love it. Right below that, Red Hood the Hill is on issue number 4. Blue Beetle is on issue number 9. Sinister Sons is on issue number 4. Can't believe it's going for like 6 issues. It's amazing.
Andrew's favorite book.
Yep.
Nope.
Batman.
Don't mind.
I almost got it. It's been a day of trying to convince Andrea things that aren't real. Like, I've been trying to pick movies that Patton Oswalt absolutely was not in and convincing her that Patton Oswalt was in them. Like Mad Max Fury Road. It's not been that. But I tried. I tried really hard. Yeah.
Batman Dylan Dogs on issue number 3 of 3. So the finale for that there, as always, oversized. And then we get into collections because The Adventures of Superman by George Perez. It's a pretty thick collection. And for $50, they did a really bang-up job with that. So all the 1980s George Perez Superman stuff. From last week, Nightwing Volume 1, Compendium Volume 1, Night in Bloodhaven. Pick it up. It's great. Superman Volume 2, The Chained. Is it Volume 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's awesome.
It's one of those that they decided to switch to paperback instead of doing a hardcover.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven
Yeah,
forbid.
so.
DC, I don't really know what's going on with you.
Yeah. But it's a great book, so
It
you
is.
should read it.
Yeah.
It's
a new
fantastic.
Superman villain. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Poison Ivy's on Volume 2. This one I know. It's The Vicious Circle because I just read Volume 1, and I cannot wait to read Volume 2 because it is a
That's
wonderful
Volume
book.
1.
That's Volume 1.
This is
It's a
Volume
In
one.
trade paperback.
Yeah,
Is it
first time in
paperback?
trade paperback.
Yep.
First time trade.
Yeah. Right?
I thought so.
Oh.
So, long story short, DC has decided to switch
Okay.
a lot of their mediums for graphic novel production, and we are a little lost.
Yes.
They don't put spine numbers on the side. It's kind of hard to figure out what volume stuff is without knowing the name of it. Just figured I'd fill you guys in on a little bit of our struggles as comic book employees.
But that being said, I did just read this for book club. It is Volume 1, and it is awesome. It is one of the most highly recommended books that we have here. I know it's one of Andrea's favorite
Yeah.
books.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
It's-
a phenomenal story.
Yeah,
Pick it up.
fantastic book. Penultimate issue of Batman, Robin, and Howard. It's on issue number 3. 278 issues of Looney Tunes. Good for them. And then we get Small Press. Skeeters is collected in trade paperback. I mean, big giant skeeters.
If you hate mosquitoes, this is how you face your fear.
Yes, there we go.
Safely.
Yeah. Project Cryptid, they put that whole thing in trade paperback. So all the different cryptid stories are collected in one big thing. My Bad, issue number 1, Escape from Peculiar Island, has the first appearance of Captain Ohio.
I don't know if it's first appearance because there
But-
was a My Bad series earlier, which I didn't realize. But it's Captain Ohio in beautiful Akron, Ohio.
Yay, Captain Ohio. So we got your regular cover there, and then we have your homage variant for that one there.
There's actually several farcical stories about superheroes and cape villains and whatnot.
There we go. Exo Man of War from Alien Comics, formerly Valiant, Invictus number 1.
He does definitely fight that giant boar in that series.
There you go.
Yeah, sweet.
So yeah. And then My Body Unspooling by Leo Fox is...
Something you have to ask Andrew about.
Yes. Well, she has a good explanation.
Person and their body are kind of at odds, so they're asking God for a divorce, and then they're separating, and it's just like weird body horror art in the whole thing.
There you go.
There you go.
It's Silver Sprocket too, if you like Silver Sprocket stuff.
Nice.
Speaking of body horror, tell us about the next book.
Yeah, Gun Honey. The new series, Collision Course, issue number 1. It is full-on noir with naked bodies and guns ablazing, everything you want from, like, just a noir book.
This lady
It's-
is literally naked in every situation where, like, you need not be naked.
Correct.
It's unfathomable.
Yeah, but she shoots lots of guns, too.
On this issue, there's no gunshot. She, like, points one and then it gets smacked out of her hand.
Well, there you go. You got your cover A, and then your cover B. House of Slaughters on issue number 23. Briar's back after about 20 months. Issue number 5, Christopher Cantwell. I mean, it's Cantwell. We like Christopher Cantwell, but it just took forever for this issue to come out.
November.
Uncanny Value, issue number 2 is a wonderful issue, and if you didn't read issue number 1, we've got your second print right there. It is written by the guy who is writing Feral and has written Stray Dogs. It's about a kid who's half cartoon, and it is so much better than it has any right to be. It's a great series so far. Like I said, you got your cover issue 2 and your reprint of issue number 1. Darkwing Duck Just Sucks on issue number 3. Hercules on issue number 2. You got your cover A there and your cover B.
Such a freaking nerdy fan of Pegasus. I love that cover.
It's a good cover. Critical Role Mighty Nine Origins. Was it Borgard Leonette?
Yep.
In hardcover. Masters of the Universe Revelations, the new series. We got
Third one.
the third series, volume 3. Yep. Issue number 1, cover A. And a really cool cover B.
I thought so too. I like that cover B.
It's a good cover B. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Black, White, and Red. We did not get a spiffy, shiny foil variant last week. We have it this week. And I get to say spiffy, shiny. Because Ben said it earlier on the Marvel side. Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution. Second prints. Get them all there now because third prints will be on their way soon enough. And first print sold out like that. Great book.
So issue number 1, second print this week, and then issue number 2 is due out. Last time I checked, at the end of this month, but it may have gotten moved again. So hopefully not, but just keep everybody informed.
Yep. And then we come to some Godzilla's 70th anniversary one shot, oversized, wonderful book. Godzilla Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Volume 2, issue number 2, cover A, and cover B with Jet Jaguar on the cover. Woo! So awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan is on issue number 3. That'll be your cover A, and that'll be your cover B, which is really, really cool. And then you've got your 1 in 10 variant there. Magazine-wise, Shudder got ordered. It's a horror magazine. It's apparently the world's #1 illustrated horror magazine. We got that in accident. If you like horror, go on, pick it up. We don't mind. We got previews still. We got your free comic book day van still. And then we got some kid stuff. Let's start here. Summer Vamp. I mean,
The most clever freaking title of the week.
it really is. It's a great. But we also have a Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Which, if I would ever ask anybody about, it would be Kyle, and he vouched for it. So,
Yeah.
choice.
Super cool. Pretty much you get to play someone who is investigating Stonehenge. And depending on your choices, you might run into some fairies, you might run into some druids. But there's a bunch of different ways you can actually read this book, and it all turns out to be a really cool adventure.
And it's illustrated.
Yep, fully
Comic book.
illustrated. It's awesome.
So yeah. My Little Pony, the Kentucky Roller Derby is on issue number 4.
That's what it's called.
Oh yeah. We still got Dogman, the Scarlet Shedder from last week. We've got the Spanish version of Dogman, Cat from Our World, and the Forgotten Witch. It's on volume number 2. Pokemon Adventures in Ruby and Sapphire?
Yep.
Volume 2.
Yep.
Babysitter's Little Sister, Karen's Sleepover, and the Mini Marvel Spidey Sense, which is just a wonderful book.
We just restocked all the mini Spidey books.
Yeah. And then we've got restocks because everybody bought them on Free Comic Book Day. They were good. They were great hits, and we like having them.
I'm standing next to this thing on purpose. I put this up this weekend, and everybody walked in as a fool because we didn't sell. That was our brand spanking new comic table. Everything releases tomorrow. Please request anything that we can grab for you for your file, including really spiffy Cap statue and a really spiffy Iron Man statue in the same vein. Sorry, I forgot about those a second ago. But much appreciated that you joined us tonight. Hopefully you'll join us later this week for our aforementioned shenanigans. And that's it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow for your comic books.